ranking every single Fortnite collab as of August 2022. Now there's hundreds of collabs to get into and review, so let's not waste any time to start. And, I thought there were way more. Maybe we were delusional and there weren't that many collabs. Let's start with the one and only Spider-Man. Quick note, these are all my opinions and you're not forced to agree with any of these. Anyways, back to Spider-Man. What a phenomenal collab to start a new chapter with. One of the best modern Spider-Man designs compared to movies and even other video game designs. Nice bright blues and reds. The pattern on his suit looks phenomenal and his eyes are the perfect size. Overall, a perfect, accurate look for Spider-Man. However, I do have one problem. Spidey's ass. He's clearly got something going on back there, so why not make it bigger? Clearly gave him something, so why did you stop? Maybe I'm being ungrateful, since Spidey barely has any ass in any other forms of media, like the PS4 games or the movies, even though Tom Holland got something going on back there. Anyways, we got a dumping on Spider-Man that should have been bigger. Brings him from reasons I even log in to Instabot. Master Chef is cool. I technically insta-bought him, but I don't use him much or even care about Halo to begin with, since I've never played a Halo game in my life. Cool set, accurate looking skin, fun collab, and glad he's in the game. He goes in cool. Naruto is insta-bought. The first ever anime collab Fortnite did, and it feels fitting. Naruto feels like he's collabed with everything under the sun, so in my opinion, I don't mind him being the first anime collab they've ever done. In fact, that's the only reason I bought him. He could have been higher if, you know, I watch the anime, but I don't ever plan on doing that, so that'll never happen. So he's staying in Instabot. Next up is... who the fuck? This is Andre from the Montclair collab. He looks cool, I guess, but I don't think I've ever used him. And I'm not gonna lie, these collabs where characters just wear a certain fashion brand feel incredibly cheap and lazy. So he goes in a bit forgettable. The next two we will be rating are... Hey,
Mr. Knight, you know tomorrow.
Finally, a perfect collab skin. I already talked about my feelings on Dragon Ball X Fortnite a while back on this channel, and my opinions have mostly stayed the same. I still have a few nitpicks of how the skins look, but overall, I think this collab made the game more fun and interesting again. When the leaked list of characters was first shown off, I was confused by Beerus being in there. But seeing as they collabed with Dragon Ball Super and not just Dragon Ball, he's definitely the perfect new character to represent Super. Overall, he's going to be our first reasons I even log in. Black Panther is sick. He looks awesome, he has an amazing edit style, and he comes with a sick ass glider. I don't really like his cape back bling, but I get that's part of his comic book accuracy look thing. But I think he's still the best skin from that $25 Marvel pack they were selling. He's definitely going in Instabot. Alright, we still have a bunch more to get through, so let's go ahead and start speedrunning them. Blanca's going in cool, there's too much feet when you drop out the battle buzz. Booga is awesome, he added his dog to the game, which is a Chad move right there. He's definitely an Instabot. Venom looks amazing and is quite honestly the best modern looking Venom design we've gotten. He's definitely in reasons why I even log in. Though they should have brought back Eddie Brock when they brought back Venom. Bulma is weird. There's a lot of skins that have this issue where they look perfectly fine in game, but weird in their renders. And Bulma is definitely one of them. She goes in Instabot since I don't use her much, but if they had used some of her older designs, she'd probably be one of my new mains. But they didn't. They just added her super designs, which aren't bad, but they're not my favorite Bulma designs. LeBron James is definitely an Instabot. I like this style. Cammy is good. She still looks a bit weird wearing pants since I'm not used to seeing her wear pants, but she looks great otherwise. Definitely and cool. Alright, let's slow down for Goku. I mentioned earlier that I have a few small nitpicks for how some of the Dragon Ball skins look, and Goku is unfortunately one of them. His face doesn't look right at certain angles, especially in his base form, and he's not as buff as he should be. That still doesn't make me love him any less and make this collab any less fun. And he's the reason why I even created the reasons I even log into here. He goes in there. Okay, back to speedrunning these. Catwoman is whatever. Her 0-point design is okay. And whenever I think of Fortnite Catwoman, I think of the comic book style, which I kind of regret not getting. She goes in forgettable. Hawkeye is a bit forgettable. I hate when they make skins based off the MCU versions of Marvel characters, but don't get the likeness of the actor, because now they look weird and uncanny. I get it's expensive, but I still don't like it. Sakura isn't cool. She was cheap with Sasuke, but I don't use her. Taskmaster gets the amazing honor of being the first Epic please make refund time limits longer than 30 days. I get that he was in the $25 Marvel pack, so I can't refund him. But still, I hate this skin. His design isn't good. He has a lame pickaxe and I never see anyone using him or even mentioning him when Marvel is mentioned in Fortnite. F this skin, I don't want it. Darth Vader is forgettable. I've never seen Star Wars and I don't plan to, so I always forget about him, and he's pretty lame for being a tier 100 skin, considering he has no edit styles and a toothbrush pickaxe. He goes in a bit forgettable. Captain Marvel has that problem I mentioned earlier with Bulma, where they look perfectly fine in game but weird in their renders. Other than that, she looks good and comes with a sick edit style and glider. she goes in cool. I have a few words for Chun-Li. She looks great. It's really hard to mess up Street Fighter character designs, and Fortnite does a really good job at putting the Street Fighter characters in their style, despite what Guile's render might say. I think Chun-Li looks the best in this sort of style. She looks phenomenal and is my personal favorite character to use from the Street Fighter characters in Fortnite. I know the whole funny joke with her is haha dick. I really do think she just looks nice to look at. The gold and especially blues look really good in the game. I think I just like the blues Fortnite uses. Besides that, she goes in reasons I even log in. Doctor Strange is going to go in cool. While I do think his inclusion in the battle pass makes no sense, because what the F does he have to do with war? I really like his edit styles, and he has a nice design. I am confused whether this is the comic Doctor Strange or MCU Doctor Strange, because he takes aspects from both. You guys hear that? It's the hype alarm. Because we're on the best collab in Fortnite history, El Chapulin, Colorado. The skin that finally made me spend money in Fortnite and got me addicted. I love this guy. While I never watched much of his show growing up, I was still left in disbelief when he was announced. And I still kind of am seeing him in the game. As a Mexican boy, I can confidently put him in reasons why I even log in. Greatest skin ever. Black Widow is cool. I prefer it over the original Black Widow. Mighty Thor is also cool. Even though I purchased the Thor bundle mostly for Thor, I ended up liking how she looked in game more. She's gonna go in cool. Quick story time. When I buy V-Bucks, I like to think that I'm careful with what I buy. I buy things that I know I'll use and I'll appreciate, which is why I can say with full confidence that I hate the fact that I bought all of the Balenciaga skins. None of them appeal to me anymore. I bought the dog and Ramirez because they look cool and funny at first. And then I saw how cheap the other skins were in the bundle, so I thought, why not? Well, I have a million reasons why I shouldn't have purchased them. If I had created the reasons I even log in for Goku, I created the bottom tier for these guys. They all go down there. Epic, please let me have my V-Bucks back. I don't want these skins anymore. Okay, back to skins I like Jill Valentine. I somehow think this is a perfect skin. Let me explain. Resident Evil has always had and tried to go for a realistic look, and that might be hard to translate into a cartoony, stylish game like Fortnite is. Yet Jill looks perfectly realistic while also not breaking Fortnite's cartoony style. She's great, and she's gonna go in Instabot just because of how well they translated her, while keeping it faithful. Guile is cool. I think he looks the worst out of all the Street Fighter skins in Fortnite, but I don't hate him. Just never use him. He goes in forgettable. I don't care for Indiana Jones. He feels out of place being in the battle pass, and I honestly wouldn't care if he magically disappeared from my locker, since I have no feelings for this collab. He goes in forgettable. Take everything I said about Jill Valentine and apply it to Chris Redfield, except put him in a tier lower since I don't really know anything about him and don't think he looks as cool. So he goes in cool. Tom Holland's Spidey is whatever. He looks good, and I'm glad he looks like Tom Holland and they paid for that, but that's all I really had to say about him. So he goes in forgettable. Kakashi is an Instabot. I honestly think he looks pretty badass and seems like an interesting character, but I'll still never watch the anime. Sakura from Street Fighter is cool. I think she also translates well into Fortnite style, and I like the goofy serious face she has in her idol pose. Also, she has the best built-in emote. Kate Bishop is weird. I kind of only bought her because I had just finished watching Hawkeye, and I kind of wish I bought other Marvel skins instead of her, since she's pretty basic looking compared to the rest of them. I'm glad they made her look nothing like Haley Steinfeld, so we don't have that weird uncanny looking skin, but she's just gonna go in cool for me. Space Jam LeBron goes in cool. I love the Guaco back bling he came with. Armored Batman is another odd one. He looks inspired by Zack Snyder's take on Batman and looks like he would use guns. I forget he exists, and I only got him because of the comic he came with, so he goes in a bit forgettable. I literally forgot Zendaya MJ existed. It's weird how she looks nothing like Zendaya, even though they paid for her likeness for the Doom collab. She's definitely going in forgettable. I want to preface this by saying I don't watch Ninja, nor do I really care much about him or his content. With all that said, he's going in Instabot. Dude, I fucking love this skin. I think it's a cool design, and I love the blues once again. And I love what he represents. He was the first ever skin based off a major person inside the Fortnite community, and I love that. I love when Fortnite just takes inspiration or just straight up adds people from their community. It's rare to see in gaming, but I'm so glad to see it here. That's why he's an Instabot. Plus he has a dumb emote that I very much enjoy. Poison Ivy surprised me, because I didn't think I'd like her that much, but I ended up using her a lot more for a brief period of time. Before I start to praise, I just want to say that her green skin alt doesn't look good in my opinion. It just looks a bit gross, and I don't know why. Besides that, she looks great. I love the bright, vibrant red they used on her and the lightish green on her suit. I think Fortnite does a lot of comic book characters justice by giving them faithful designs that still feel modern and not that goofy looking. Overall, she's my favorite from the last Laugh bundle, and she's going in Instabot. I forgot Prowler exists in this game. Honestly, the whole Spider-Man x Fortnite collab order makes no sense. So you start with Venom, which is just okay. Not saying he doesn't deserve to be in Fortnite, because he definitely does, but him being the first character to represent the Spider-Man brand is weird. Even if he's one of the most iconic characters from Spider-Man. We got a movie version later on, which I don't mind, and then Carnage. He's a cool villain pick. But why is he the second character to represent the Spider-Man brand? There's way more iconic and important Spider-Man villains they could have represented first, but they chose Carnage? I guess it's to keep the Venom trend going. But finally, after a bit of wait, we got a full-on comic Spidey, and he looks great. And over the season, we had some more iconic characters coming to the item shop like Green Goblin and MJ, with MCU versions of those characters coming later. It was going good. And then Prowler, and he was another Battle Pass skin, and a Seeker skin as that. He's a cool inclusion that I'm sure made people happy, but once again, why him first? There's still so many iconic Spider-Man characters that have yet to be represented, and I'm not saying Prowler doesn't deserve to be in the game, I'm just questioning why him before anyone else. Anyways, he's going in a bit forgettable. We don't got that many skins left, so let's get through the rest quickly. Harley Quinn is gonna go in cool. I like this version better than the Suicide Squad version. Rani, I think that's how you say her name, is the only reason I bought the Montclair collab, because I think people in masks look cool, so she goes in cool. Ryu is hard to mess up, and Fortnite definitely doesn't mess up, so he goes in Instabot. Sasuke is going in cool. He looks emo. Spider-Man Zero is forgettable. Having the task to redesign one of the most iconic characters of all time while being original, Fortnite did a pretty good job, but I still don't love this design. It looks just okay, and the colors just look too washed out for me. Thanos is in Instabot. I don't know why they took so long to add him into the game, but I'm glad they eventually did. He looks awesome and so accurate in game, but I wish they gave him a bald option. I love playing as bald men. Please add Walter White. Ezra Miller is cool. I don't know why I bought him, but I'm glad I did. I love how they used the CW design, and he's officially my sweat skin. The Joker, somehow, is gonna go in a bit forgettable. I just don't think he looks as cool, and I honestly would have loved other Joker designs like Heath Ledger's Joker, instead of this Discord mod looking one. Thor is gonna go in cool. I'm not really gonna criticize this Thor design since Fortnite didn't create it, but seeing how accurate it is to the costume in the movie, you really gotta give him a round of applause. While it sucks that I have to say this, Vegeta is the worst looking Dragon Ball skin in Fortnite. He's just too big, making it seem like someone wearing a mascot costume of Vegeta instead of just Vegeta. And his face just looks off. It's too squished together and too low on his face. I'm gonna have to put him in Instabot unfortunately, because there's too many little problems holding him back from being perfect. Wolverine Zero was a mediocre reskin and an even more mediocre crew skin. Don't really like this one that much, so he's going in forgettable. And we finally arrived on the last skin on the list. Wonder Woman. Her hands are huge, weird pickaxe, give her the invisible jet as a glider, and she has a cool loading screen and lobby stance. And we're done. I have officially ranked every skin. What about Marshmallow? You forgot Travis Scott. You didn't show Captain America. Where's Iron Man? Where's my baby Tron? Boba Fett? You didn't include Stormtroopers. Isn't Destiny in the game? You didn't call the Ghostbusters. Assassin's Creed Ariana Grande's gone. Kratos doesn't seem dare you not? Who the hell is Arcane? You know what? You go fucking rank them. Here's the link. I included all the cool characters. I'm gone, and see ya. Okay, in all seriousness, I only rank the collabs I own since I want to be somewhat fair while ranking them, and there's way too many collabs to rank at the moment, and that number is only going higher. Also, while recording this, we hit 50 plus subscribers, and when I started this channel, my goal by the end of the year was to hit 50 subscribers, and seeing that we hit that and we're past that now is honestly mind-blowing. I know 50 doesn't seem a lot compared to most YouTubers that you might be watching, but it really does mean the world to me. So just thank you. I'm really thankful, and thank you all.